Chapter 6353. When Charlie was driving Maria to revisit her hometown outside Bergen, an oil field in Nigeria in southeastern Africa, a large number of beam pumping units were running 24 hours a day on the vast land. The entire plain was filled with the figures of machines turning over and over, as well as the roar of various other machines. Nigeria is the largest oil producer in Africa, and the oil economy is their mainstay. When international oil prices were high, Nigeria was once the #1 country in Africa. It is not possible to say that its GDP has always been the first. However, it is not a problem to be in the top 3 due to its oil output. The oil field under the command of the Warriors Den has been operating on this land for decades. It was taken by the Warriors Den through special means after Nigeria's independence, and it can contribute a lot of profits to the Warriors Den every year. This oil field has a net profit of at least tens of billions of US dollars every year. In the past few decades, it has created tens of billions of US dollars in cash income for the Warriors Den. If it is sold, it can cash out tens of billions of US dollars at a time. There are countless similar industrial and mining industries in the Warriors Den all over the world, but this place is indeed one of the most profitable and market-valued garrisons for it. At this time, on the top platform of a towering drilling tower in the oil field, 2 middle-aged men stood one after the other, overlooking the entire oil field. Standing in front and near the fence is the Grand Governor of the Right Army Governor's Office of the Warriors Den, John Woo. And standing behind him is Lieutenant General Chavran Yuan. Among the 5 military governors of the Warriors Den, the Right Army Governor's Office covers more countries and a wider area. Except for the whole of Europe except Russia, the entire African continent is under the territory of the Right Army Governor's Office. However, the garrison of the Right Army Governor's Office has been rotating in various European countries and has never been stationed in the African continent. The Governor's Office is not only the permanent workplace of the Grand Governor and his corps generals, but their families also live there with them. If it is not absolutely necessary, John rarely comes to Africa. The reason why he brought his confidant Chavran here this time is mainly because the 3 elders arrived secretly under the order of the Lord. As the Grand Commander of the Right Army Governor's Office, he was designated by the Lord to personally receive and accompany them and to personally stay here until the target appears. The oil fields with black smoke and roaring machines are naturally different from Naples in southern Italy. John was tired of the ubiquitous smell of crude oil in the air within a few days. It is also for this reason that he prefers to climb the towering drilling tower, where the impact of noise and smell is much less than on the ground. Chavran stood behind him and saw that he was frowning, so he said, "If the Grand Commander is not used to the environment here, I will find a 5-star hotel for you in downtown Lagos. The 3 elders are already in seclusion in the underground secret room. I will be watching everything here." John shook his head and said lightly, "The Lord has told me to keep a close eye on the whole process and not to make any mistakes. If something goes wrong and I'm not here, I can't afford the punishment from the Lord." Chavran lowered his head and said in panic, "I'm inconsiderate. Please punish me, Grand Commander." "Forget it." John waved his hands, sighed, and said, "It's not a problem to hold on for a few days, but it's really a test to hold on for a long time. I don't know if the person that the Lord is waiting for will come. If he comes, I don't know when he will come." Chavran said, "Grand Commander, even if it's Lord, we don't know who that person is or where he is. If we just wait like a rabbit by a tree, 3 to 5 days, 3 to 5 months, 3 to 5 years, it's still unknown." John sighed, "Since the Lord asks for it, how can we, her subjects, not obey? But you don't need to be so pessimistic. At present, all the garrisons are silent, and only the clues here have been revealed. As long as the other party still wants to continue to be the enemy of Warriors Den in secret, this is the only place he can visit. I personally infer that the target is very likely to come." Chavran said again, "It's just that the Lord chose this place as bait, which is really painful. Last year, this place contributed more than $2 billion in profits to the Right Army Governor's office. And the profits handed over to the Lord were as much as $1.6 billion. It is the most profitable industry of our Right Army Governor's office. If there is any danger here, it is equivalent to losing a money-printing factory. John nodded. If the three elders really fight with others here, I'm afraid this oil field will be gone. Fortunately, we have a lot of such industries. Although most of them may not be as large as this, it is still a trickle. Losing an oil field does not have a big impact on us anyway.